And what's good, everyone? Welcome in. I'm glad to have you guys in the stream here. A little bit of something different today here. We got a special live stream going down. Haven't done a special live stream in quite a long time, but here we go. It's the college baseball NCAA Tournament College World Series. And we got the number 5 seed, the LSU Tigers, taking on the number 1 seed, the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. Wake Forest, phenomenal season, record of 53-10 as they are the home team for this matchup. They are batting second in the lineup. LSU will be the road team designated for this matchup, batting first, as this is on neutral field out in Nebraska at the Charles Schwab Field, Omaha, Nebraska. And welcome in everybody being a part here at the channel. So this is a winner's bracket matchup. Wake Forest, LSU 1-0, both coming off victories on Saturday in the first game of the College World Series. Wake Forest winning their first matchup the College World Series, and then LSU, same thing to get here to this point. What's good, Warren? Daniel, welcome to the stream, everybody. Decided to do something quite different here, so if you guys didn't know, majority of the content I cover play-by-play for basketball, college, and NBA, but this is like the first in a long time that I've covered like a special live stream before, so I wanted to do like a different sport, see if we could get like other people in on the channel here, since we got other good stuff going on right around the same time. The winner of this game will keep on advancing. They'll play on Wednesday against the winner of tomorrow's game. Tomorrow, it will be the loser of this matchup will drop down to the single game elimination tomorrow, which would take on Tennessee. So Tennessee won against Stanford today, so now they're down to 6 teams remaining. Hey, what's good, Jada, Sister Sorrel? Welcome to the stream. Thanks all for joining in. So yeah, this is the first time that I've ever seen these two teams. So this should be something interesting tonight here. Both of these teams perfect in the College World Series, or in the NCAA Tournament, 6-0. Wake Forest is unbelievable. I looked up their stats, and they're outscoring opponents in the tournament 78-18. So yeah, if you guys are on board, make sure to hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. We get the baseball graphic up for this one. So if you haven't seen the baseball graphic, this is the first time that we got it up in quite a bit of time. I don't think I've covered a baseball special live stream since like a year ago. I think was the last time, like around like last July or so was the last time I covered a special live stream. So this is a winner's bracket matchup, so whoever loses this game, they're still in the College World Series, still competing. LSU won against Tennessee on Saturday 6-3, and that was the only game that didn't end up being a one-run difference. They out of the 3 out of the 4 games that they played in the College World Series in the first round, 3 out of the 4 ended up with a 1-win win for the winning team. And then Wake Forest won their first game over Stanford 3-2. Stanford got eliminated today by Tennessee, so they're no longer in the College World Series. They lost 2 in a row. So we're going to get first pitch coming up in a little bit. Thanks all for joining in, being a part here at the channel for this one today. And hopefully quite a crowd as we get going on throughout this game tonight. I remember I did like a special live stream a couple of years ago to lacrosse, and a bunch of people found it. We had like a good amount of people coming in on the stream for that one. Wake Forest, currently they're the number 1 team in the nation. LSU was the preseason team at number 1, but they've dropped back to as much as number 7 I saw in their rankings. They're the number 5 seed for this College World Series. Wake Forest, the overall number 1 seed. I think it's, for what I heard, I think he's going to go to the Clippers for CP3. Yeah, that was kind of like a poor trade for Washington. I don't know what in the world Washington was doing there. And Phoenix gets more star power with Beal, but I'm interested to see what they do in the offseason to see if they can like bring in defensive help, because that's what they really need for the Suns. They're stacked now in terms of star power, but they've got like no depth, and the defense is like a big question mark right now. Hey, what's good, Ryan? Welcome in, man. Yeah, it should be a good draft, man. I was looking at both of these teams, and actually both of these teams didn't even win their conference tournament. LSU went to the fourth round of the SEC tournament. They ended up losing against Texas A&M, which was the 10 seed out of 14 teams in the SEC. And then Wake Forest lost against Miami, which Clemson was the team that won the ACC tournament. Yeah, I saw that. The cap situation for Phoenix is just ridiculous. Paying four guys like loads of money. So here we go. Wake Forest will be the home team for this matchup. It's on neutral field out in Omaha, Nebraska at Charles Schwab Field. That's the home of Creighton for baseball. So Wake Forest on the field first. Josh Hartle, number 23, is going to get the start. 11-2 record, making his 17th start this season with a 2.80 earned run average. 96 1/3 innings pitched by Hartle this season, striking out 131 batters, 20 walks. So Hartle is on the mound to start off. LSU's leadoff batter, pretty solid average for him. Best in the team, batting .433 with 100 total hits, 65 walks with a .573 on base percentage for Dylan Cruz as he digs in for the center fielder to lead off the inning. First pitch, and that's called strike. Outside edge of the plate on the slider for strike one. Swing to miss, strike two. Down in the dirt on the breaking ball at 84 miles per hour. Ahead in the count now. Hartle, the pitcher for Wake Forest. The count goes 0-2. So quick work so far. 0-2. Pitch missing down. Bouncing off the plate. Stopped by the catcher. That's Bennett Lee behind home plate for Wake Forest. Count now 1-2. This will be the fourth pitch here. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Hartle rings up the leadoff batter, Dylan Cruz, and that's one out now for Wake Forest. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's incredible. Yeah, this bullpen, I looked at the stats for this Wake Forest bullpen, and man, they're just incredibly solid. Fifth pitch of the game, that's a ball missing high and outside to Tommy White, the third baseman, sophomore from St. Pete, Florida, batting .375. Second pitch on the fastball, missing way too low, bouncing off the plate. It's a quick 2-0 count. 2-0 pitch. High and outside again. Down in the count for the pitcher. It's 3-0. Yeah, we see the command early on by Josh Hartle, just missing the zone. Last couple pitches just high and outside. Right-handed batter. 3-0. Dials it back. That's in the zone for called strike one. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Breaking ball. Taken strike two. Wow, that just clipped the quarter. Tommy White was going right over to first. He thought there was a walk, and now battles back in the count for Hartle. 3-2 pitch. Breaking ball. Ground ball. Left side of the infield. Slow roller. The third baseman throws across the diamond. Records the putout. That is Brock Wilkin over at third base. That's two quick outs now for Wake Forest. So a ground out by LSU. Tommy White to Brock Wilkin. First pitch missing down here to Trey Morgan, the batter, third in the order for the junior first baseman. 1-0 pitch. Ground ball chopped right field side towards the second baseman, towards the first. And that's an out. So 1-2-3 inning to begin. Back-to-back ground outs recorded by Josh Hartle on the mound. Got the ground out a second for the putout by Justin Johnson, the second baseman for Wake Forest. So that's a quick 1-2-3 start to the game now for Wake Forest's D. Alright, if you guys are new in the stream, make sure to hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe, and welcome in everybody. First time I've ever covered baseball in a long time here at the channel, so it's been like a year I've covered a special live stream, but good to be back covering something different tonight so you guys can get to hear something completely different from what I usually cover. Hey, what's good, Shirley? So welcome in. Thanks for joining in. I've actually never covered the College World Series before, so this is pretty cool. I've covered Major League Baseball a lot before for special live streams. I know when I've covered NFL, we've got a lot of good, like, retainment for people who's come back onto the stream. Yeah, I saw that. Huge sweep there for the Sox this weekend, man. This Wake Forest team, just top to bottom, they're just so deep. They got a great offense as well. The first 4 hitters in the lineup all batting above 350. 7 out of the 9 batters in the lineup batting above 300. Hey, what's good, Joanne? Welcome in. Thanks for joining back in. So it looks like LSU will have Ty Floyd on the mound. He is perfect this year for his record, 7-0, with a 4.50 earned run average, 78 innings thrown, 93 strikeouts to 32 walks. Looks like his fastball goes about 95 miles per hour, especially solid at the collegiate level. This is D1, so that's really solid there. Alex, welcome in. Thanks for joining in, man. Bottom of the first inning, Wake Forest with their first at-bats of the game. This is the #1 overall seed in the bracket for Wake Forest. 53-10 record this season. This will bring up Tommy Hawk, the center fielder. He is batting .353 on the season. First pitch by Floyd. And that misses above the letters. Fastball clocked in at 92 for ball 1. One-0 pitch. In the zone that time, taken just above the knees for a called strike 1. So he hit 94 that time in the fastball. Floyd, 1-1 pitch to Hawk. Swing and miss, strike 2. Blows it right past the middle of the plate right there in the 94-mile-per-hour fastball. That's usually the spot that you're not instructed to pitch as a pitcher. That was directly over the heart of the plate. The 1-2 pitch by Floyd. That goes back foul off the bat by Hawk. That's the first time he's hit 95. So all 4 pitches right out of the gate. Fastballs by Ty Floyd on the mound for LSU. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Takes it off. That pitch, fly ball though, shallow, left center, caught for the first out of the inning by the shortstop for LSU. That's Jordan Thompson. This will bring up the number 2 batter to order. Pierce Bennett playing right field for Wake Forest, hitting .356 this season. First pitch in the fastball, missing just outside, ball 1. .65 RBIs for Bennett. Pitch missing away by Floyd. The count now 2-0. So we've seen 7 pitches so far. We've only seen 2 breaking ball or off-speed pitches so far. To 2-0. Missing high and outside, and the count in favor of Wake Forest, 3-0. .30 pitch to Bennett. Ball 4, down and away. It's a 4-pitch walk. So Wake Forest, great start for them. 1-2-3 inning, and now LSU in a little bit of a jam right now. 1 runner on the base paths, 1 out. The bottom of the first inning, this is a Wake Forest offense that's done damage offensively all throughout the course of the season. They've had 28 games where they've tacked on 10 runs or greater, decimating teams left and right in the tournament. 6-0 record in the NCAA tournament. First pitch missing down, and Nick Kurtz, the first baseman. And he's got the top batting average on the team, hitting .364. .24 home runs. That is number 2 in the team, 11th in the nation. 1-0 pitch to Kurtz. Takes it the inside edge of the plate. Strike 1 in the fastball. Brock Wilkin, the player after Kurtz, has got 31 home runs, so he is the most dangerous power hitter on the team. Pickoff back to first. Back in time safely to base runner Bennett. Another pickoff. Ooh, that's close. Bang, bang, but just getting back to Bennett. By the tag by Trey Morgan, the first baseman. That was extremely close right there. Yeah, they're going to show a replay to that, just stretching out his arm right back to the base in time. 1-1 pitch. In the zone, off speed at 85 miles per hour, taken for strike 2. LSU looking to bounce back. This is the heart of the order right here for Wake Forest. 1 out, 1 runner on board, 12 pitches in so far. Ty Floyd, the 1-2 pitches he delivers. Called strike 3. Big out as he rings up Nick Kurtz on the backwards K, and now 2 outs for LSU. Just below the letters right there. It's a big, big out to battle back in the count. 2 outs now for LSU with Ty Floyd in the mound. Brock Whalen, here's the player that's cranking 31 home runs this season. So he's up now, number 4 batter in the order, takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. That's tied for the most in Division I NCAA baseball this year. 81 total RBIs, batting .358 by Whalen. Floyd with a 1-0 pitch. Whalen cranks it, deep ball, left field, down the line. Is it deep enough to go? It is foul. So couldn't keep it fair. Well ahead of that pitch down the left field line there as Whalen crushed it. Just couldn't keep it in the fair part of the park. Well, that's pretty cool. They got the umpire's cam right there, right behind the catcher. 1-1 coming up. Pitch number 16. Breaking ball at 78 miles per hour. The curveball, that's taken for strike 2. Ty Floyd able to tap into the breaking ball stuff. He started off strictly fastballs right out of the gate of this game, but now 1-2, looking to battle back, record a massive out. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Gets the 31 home run hit leader. Tied for first in the nation with Brock Wilkin to strike out on 4 pitches. 0-0 to the first inning so far. We get a good one. College World Series winners bracket matchup. Alright, first inning in the books. If you guys are new in the stream, make sure to hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe here. Something totally different today. Haven't covered a special live stream in quite a bit of time, but in the off season, I plan on covering some different sports since basketball is on a break in the off season. Hoping to cover some NFL games starting up in August as well. My first time ever covering the College World Series, so this is pretty cool. I covered a little bit of Major League Baseball last year towards the middle of the summer. Winner of this matchup will play on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Loser of this matchup goes to the single game elimination. Tomorrow takes on Tennessee, which LSU and Tennessee, the two teams in the SEC in the College World Series, in the same part of the bracket together. As we're back to action, Hayden Travinski, now the batter for LSU, takes the breaking ball, strike one, and then swing and miss, strike two. So two quick pitches by Josh Hartle on the mound to get Travinski, the number 4 batter, to swing and miss. 0-2 pitch. Swing and miss, strike 3 on the slider. 1-2-3. Rings him up. 3 strikes in a row for the first out. Second strikeout of the game now by Josh Hartle on the mound. He's thrown 15 pitches so far. First pitch, missing down. This is going to be called ball 1 to the hitter here. This is Cade Beloso, the designated hitter. Second pitch missing the zone as well, 2-0. Yeah, I heard they swept the Yankees this past weekend. The 2-0 pitch, missing inside, and now the count goes 3-0. Bert, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining in. 3-0 pitch. That's in there, taken for strike 1 to Beloso, the batter. The 3-1 pitch, missing down. That bounces off the dirt. Right past the plate, and that's ball 4. So that's a 5-pitch walk. That's the first base runner surrendered today by Wake Forest by Josh Hartle on the mound. So this now brings up the number 6 batter, Gavin Dugas, playing second base to bat. Dugas takes the first pitch in the zone, outside edge of the plate for strike 1. Hartle with an 0-1 pitch. In there, called strike 2, 90-mile-per-hour fastball over to Dugas. Started to hit his spots once again here by Hartle on the mound, recording 2 strikeouts so far. From the stretch, the 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball missing down. Great stop of the catcher behind home plate. That's Bennett Lee. One-two pitch to Dugas. Missing down and inside there. A little bit high on that, or a little bit low in the pitch by Hartle. They were trying to see if field umpire would budge, but no. The 2-2 pitch. Ground ball, foul. As it goes back in the box, the count goes 2-2. One runner on, the one out, big spot right here in the game. Dugas the batter, Hartle the breaking ball, missing, high and outside, the count goes full. So Josh Hartle just walked the previous batter. Bellozo, the designated hitter, who's on first now. 3-2 pitch to Dugas, missing outside, this ball 4. That's how you draw the pitch count up right there, and here we go. 2 runners on board for LSU. So LSU making it interesting right now, looking to strike through first in this game. They played a significantly tougher schedule. I was looking at these two teams in terms of like conference schedules, and LSU had a bunch of teams that had like 40-plus wins this season in their conference. Wake Forest only had 4 teams in the ACC reach the 40-plus win mark in the regular season. First pitch, breaking ball, missing the zone here. This is Braden Jobert now up. Number 7 batter in the order for LSU. And now Wake Forest has to go to a mound visit. So this early on in the game, they were rolling through the first inning. They had a 1-2-3 inning to start things off for Wake Forest. And now they go to a mound visit right now. 28 pitches thrown by Josh Hartle on the mound. Toasty one. Looking at the temperature in Omaha today, 91 degrees right now at the time of the first pitch. So it's a hot one where they're playing today. Big spot right now. Jobert, the batter for LSU. He's batting .313 in the season, 52 total hits. 2 runners on board, and now the umpire has to stop time. Somebody hit a beach ball in the outfield, right in front of the 375 at the warning track in the outfield. So now the crowd has to get that beach ball back in the outfield before we can resume play. So we'll try it once again. The 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Above the letters right there, going fishing at that breaking ball. As Braden Jobert went after the slider to count now 1-1. Jobert batting .313, 12 home runs, 44 RBIs. Hartle with a 1-1 pitch. Jobert, ground ball, right side of the infield. Throwing the second, throwing the first, looking for the double play. They'll turn it. Wake Forest gets out of the inning defensively, turning 2 on a 4-6-3 double play between Johnson, Houston, and Kurtz. And that's how we close out the inning. 2 runners left stranded for LSU. Bottom of the second coming up right there. Big defensive play, able to turn 2 on the ground ball to the right side of the infield, fielded by Wake Forest. Hey, what's good, Bill? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, I thought they were so, like, behind that. I'm not high in the trade for both of the teams, because Phoenix, they're still missing a ton of depth on that team. Like the price that they're paying for the four or five players they got right now on the team is just so high. And then I don't know what in the world Washington's doing, because it doesn't even look like Chris Paul is going to play for Washington. I think he's got a good chance to go to the Clippers in the offseason. Yeah. Yeah, Phoenix still has a lot of questions for their defense. And also with like point guard play too. Giving up Chris Paul. So we come back to action. Check swing the first pitch, and umpire will say he did go through the zone. So Justin Johnson went through the zone for a first pitch, strike one. Ty Floyd, 0-1 pitch. Fly ball goes foul off the bat by Johnson. That's the 5, 6, 7 batters now up for Wake Forest. And there we go again. Another beach ball rolling to the outfield around the fence of the warning track. So that's the second time it's happened, as the umpires have to stop play once again. Quick work in the mound for Ty Floyd for LSU, up in the count 0-2. Here's the pitch to Johnson. Breaking ball, ground ball, left side of the infield. Fielded, thrown across the diamond, and a putout recorded by the shortstop, Jordan Thompson. So not really anything well hit so far in this game. Just everything on the ground, staying in the infield so far. Wake Forest turned 2 with a ground ball over to the second base side to close out the last inning. And then right there we just saw the ground out to the shortstop. Hey, what's good, Joe? Welcome to the stream, man. Thanks for joining back in. Wow, that first pitch was taken for strike one. They're going to say in the zone at the letters to Danny Corona, the batter. 0-1 pitch. Corona swinging the miss, strike two. 95-mile-per-hour fastball blown past by Ty Floyd in the mound. Here's the 0-2 pitch to Corona, missing high. Took a ton of it off that time. One, two. Pop fly goes back, foul. Hey, KX in the stream, welcome in. Looking for Florida to win it all. Hockey from home, welcome back in the stream. Yep, so TCU is still in. So TCU beat Virginia their first game. So TCU is, TCU won against Virginia in a single game elimination for them. So they take on the Oral Roberts tomorrow, and that's swing and a miss, strike three. So Ty Floyd rings up the Wake Forest batter. Now that's 2 outs for LSU. So Virginia and Stanford, those are the two teams that's got knocked out so far in the College World Series. So we're down to 6 teams remaining now. And Florida to the winner's bracket playing tomorrow afternoon. The winner of this game will be the lone undefeated team. Bottom part of the bracket will play on a Wednesday night. Or Florida will play on the Wednesday afternoon. So TCU takes on Oral Roberts. Oral Roberts still in for the Cinderella team. 50-plus wins for them. They enter the bracket at 51-12. for Oral Roberts. One-two pitch. Pitch number 29. Taken for strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts on the mound. Great spot right there to paint, as that is a backwards K. And Ty Floyd getting into a groove right now. Fired in the fastball right at the knees. Back-to-back strikeouts by him for a quick inning for LSU. Alright, so here we go. Top of the 3rd inning coming up. If you guys are doing the stream, make sure to hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well. Covering today's special live stream. Haven't covered a different sport in quite a bit of time, so wanted to do one tonight. But, man, LSU right now, they are on a roll in this game. Nobody's yet to record a hit so far through 2 innings. It's just been runners on the base paths via walks. 2 walks allowed by Wake Forest with their pitcher on the mound, Josh Hartle. And then 1 walk allowed by Pierce Bennett, but able to retire the side. 1-2-3 inning. Retires Johnson, Corona, and Lee on back-to-back strikeouts, retiring Corona and Lee of Wake Forest for LSU with Ty Floyd. Hopefully we start to get some well-hit balls in this game, because nothing is really getting hit hard so far. Good sign to see, though. That's awesome. This place is packed. Wow, so they're showing right now Charles Schwab Field in Omaha. It is absolutely packed for this game. So we get back to action. The first pitch missing down by the pitcher in the mound for Wake Forest, Josh Hartle. He will pitch against Jordan Thompson, the shortstop, number 8 batter in the order. 272 batting average for Thompson this season. Squared a bunt, pulled it back for ball 2. 32 pitches so far in the mound by Hartle. Had a rough second inning as he walked 2 batters in a row. 2-0 pitch. In the zone, slider taken for strike 1 to Thompson. Defense able to help him out, getting him out of a jam in the middle infield with a double play the last inning. That pitch is in there as well. Slider right back into the zone for a called strike 2. 2-2 pitch by Hartle. Breaking ball. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. 3 straight pitches in a row. Dealing up strikes to battle back in the count. Once was 2-0, and now battle back with 3 strikes in a row with the first out of the inning. Man, that's some great movement on the slider that he's got. Left-handed pitcher, too, so if you're a right-handed batter, that thing is just carving right in. So this will be the number 9 hitter now up. Josh Pearson playing left field, as again the umpires have to stop time. And we got a beach ball that this time the beach ball had popped in the field and it was no longer good to use. And the outfielder, Tommy Hawks, out in center field, he just stuck it in his back pocket. So no more beach ball being played by the fans out in the crowd right behind center field. The first pitch missing down to Pearson for ball 1. 1-0 pitch. Down to the way, it's 2-0. Facing the number 9 batter in the lineup. This is the player that you cannot absolutely walk. 252 batting average by Josh Pearson this season. Everybody else hitting 270 or greater for LSU. The pitch missing inside, and now the count's 3-0. Yeah, these are always the toughest ones, is when you walk the last player in the lineup. 3-0 pitch. Missing inside, that's ball 4. So walk surrender to the number 9 hitter in the lineup, and this will bring up the leadoff hitter now, Dylan Cruz. First time up, struck out. Cruz hungry to get the bat going. Big season he's had, 100 total hits, 431 batting average, 67 RBIs now with a runner on first, 1 out. First pitch to Cruz. Leaves it down in the dirt, ball 1. He's walked 65 total times this season. That's the top player drawing walks on LSU as he leaves the second pitch down. That'll be in the zone called by the umpire, so it's 1-1. So we got the knee level right there by Josh Hartle. 20 strikes, 21 balls, and 41 pitches thrown. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Count goes 1-2. That's a tough ratio, especially looking at these stats, seeing Wake Forest with just how dominant their pitchers have been on the mound this season. Such a deep lineup in terms of a bullpen. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball stopped by the catcher Lee to throw down to second. And the tag applied, but the ball's dropped. That is a stolen base by LSU with Josh Pearson as he is now on second. One, 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That is the second time he struck out tonight by Cruz. Went after a pitch down in the zone by Josh Hartle on the mound. That's Hartle's 4th strikeout that he's recorded. He's walked 3 batters so far. 45th pitch right here. And that pitch missing outside, down and away for ball 1. Tommy White 0 for 1 his first time up. Second in the order for the third baseman. 1-0 pitch to White. Slider missing inside for ball 2. Here's the 2-0 pitch, breaking ball. Couldn't get the zone either. The count goes 3-0. Struggling with the command, especially when you've thrown half strikes and half balls so far this game. That is tough. Hartle has to find the zone right now. 3-0 pitch. Breaking ball taken for strike 1. And a White about to go down the first, dropped the bat on the breaking ball. He thought it was going to be ball number 4, but called back by the umpire to have his at bat once again. Tremendous spot by Josh Hartle. Last break of that, just hitting the edge of the plate. Here's the 3-1 pitch. This ball gets cranked center field. That drops in. First hit of the game. Rounding third. Heading home. That's going to be an E8 by the center fielder. Tommy Hawk misplays the ball to throw to second. Not in time. And it's going to be an RBI for LSU to go on the board first. They'll be rolled a single and an E8. Tommy White lines it right up the middle and then misplayed by the center fielder, Tommy Hawk. What's good, Braden? Welcome back in, man. Yeah, we'll see if they keep on advancing. Maybe I'll be able to get to do a Florida game. Trey Morgan now up for LSU as he takes the first pitch. Outside edge of the plate and the slider for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch. This ball gets blooped right field down the line. It will go foul. The count goes 0-2. Kind of shocked that he was able to drive it opposite field like that. That would have been a beauty if it was able to touch the line. Fair, but too much towards the right as it went foul. Now the count 0-2. Breaking ball goes foul once again, that time down the left field side. Yeah, I saw the bracket. You guys been crushing it there for Florida. 0-2 pitch. Bloop to left field. It goes over to left fielder. Adam Churchiray. As that's an error. Second one of the game by Wake Forest. And that will lead to a 3-bag hit by Morgan with another run scores for LSU. Number 1 team in the nation making mental mistakes right there. Just misplayed. It looked like the sun played a major factor there by Chachere out in left field. Yeah, he missed it because of the sun out there in left field. And that's one of the things you got to have your shades on at all times, especially if you're an outfielder out there. None of the outfielders have shades playing for Wake Forest tonight. That looked like a routine fly ball just off the bat in mid-left field. This is such a deep Wake Forest bullpen. It's going to be rolled a triple. So that gets rolled by the statistician as a triple, actually. So they'll blame the sun for that one and say no E7 on the play. That clearly looked like it to begin with. Should have been an E7, but the sun playing a major factor and misplaying the ball by Adam Chachere out of left field. And now the count will go 0-2. The batter did offer with Hayden Travinsky, the catcher. Oh, 2 pitch. Taken for a ball. Bennett Lee looking to walk back to the dugout there for the catcher. He had a great frame on it, but home plate umpire said no. We're going to continue. The count goes 1-2. Hartle with pitch number 57. Missing inside on the fastball as the count goes 2-2. So Wake Forest in the mound with Josh Hartle. This could be a short pitching appearance tonight for him. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Gets him on the breaking ball. Swings well ahead of it there for the batter Travinsky as he strikes out on 5 pitches. LSU, though. 2 balls hit to the outfield. 2 runners able to score as they go up 2-0. Wake Forest been shut down. One of the best offenses all throughout the season. Nothing so far to 2 innings of at-bats for Wake Forest. No hits, just 1 runner and a base pass in the first via a walk. Alright, so if you guys are new in the stream, make sure to hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell if you guys are new as well on the channel. And thanks all for joining in, being a part here of the stream tonight. We got a special live stream, first time in a while that I've covered a different sport here out on the channels. We got College World Series tonight, and what a start for LSU in this game so far. So Wake Forest is going to have their 8, 9, and 1 batters due up with Chachere, Houston, and Hawk to lead off the inning. LSU looking for the upset in this matchup. They came as the 5 seed in the bracket. Wake Forest is the overall 1 seed. LSU was the number 1 team in the preseason poll to begin the season, all the way up until May 8th. They held the number 1 spot. Wake Forest overtook them. They dropped back to as many as number 7, which was the lowest that they've dropped this season. First pitch taken for strike 1-2. Chachere in the zone, strike 2. Ty Floyd hitting his spots in the mound for LSU. So Florida, LSU, and Tennessee, 3 teams remain from the SEC out of 6 total. So half of the teams representing the College World Series still from the SEC. And LSU looking to be the 2nd team to stay alive and go 2-0 in the double elimination bracket so far. As that pitch missing up high to Chachere, it counts 1-2. 1-2 pitch as it gets swung on and missed for strike 3. 33 pitches on the mound, and majority of those pitches were in the first inning. But Ty Floyd, after surrendering that 1 walk in the first inning, he has really settled in nicely. 5th strikeout tonight by Ty Floyd. So this will bring up the number 9 hitter in the order for Wake Forest, Merrick Houston. In his first season at the shortstop position, .226 batting average, just 4 home runs, 29 RBIs. Houston, first pitch, puts back, foul. This will be the 35th pitch of the game by Floyd. 0-1 pitch delivers. Outside, missing on the fastball, 94 miles per hour. The count goes 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball, missing outside, with the count going 2-1. Five strikeouts, just 1 walk through 2 2/3 innings in the mound for Ty Floyd. A 2-1. This pitch gets cranked. It will stay in the park, though. High fly ball, right field down the line. It's caught. And that's out number 2 of the inning. Braden Jobert, the right fielder, as he records the out. Still no hits so far by Wake Forest as they've gone through the complete portion of their order in this game now. As this brings up Tommy Hawk to bat. 0 for 1 his first time up. .351 his batting average as Hawk takes the first pitch inside and the fastball for ball 1. This is where they get the lethal part of the order here for Wake Forest. Top 4 batters hitting above .350 on average in the order. Hawk swings and falls it back for strike 1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. In the zone, taken for strike 2 by Hawk. Great command in the mound so far tonight by Ty Floyd for LSU. 5 strikeouts. Pitch number 41, Hawk fly ball, slices it left side and is caught for out number 3. 1-2-3 inning, Josh Pearson records the outs out in left field for LSU, and LSU leads 2-0 through 3 innings so far in the College World Series. Winners bracket matchup. Welcome in to all the new people watching. If you're new in the stream, first timer here, make sure to hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe, ring that notification bell as well, as What a start for LSU. Quick 3 innings so far in this game, with Wake Forest still held to 0 hits. So no hitter still intact on the mound by Ty Floyd at the moment for LSU. LSU with 2 hits in the previous inning, resulting in 2 total runs. And those hits coming from the 2-3 batters, Tommy White and Trey Morgan, in a lineup. Wake Forest charged an error in the last inning as well. Misplayed ball on the ground by Tommy Hawk, the center fielder. I thought they should have had a second error as well, charged the left fielder who misplayed it with Adam Chachere, but the statisticians rolled it that it was a clean hit, since the sun impacted his play to field the ball. So here we go, top of the 4th inning. LSU gets their at-bats now, and the first pitch taken down by Bellozo, the designated hitter, for ball 1. Cade Bellozo, the first time up, went 0 for 1. Pitch in the zone there, taken for strike 1. Or he walked his first time up, so he's 0 for 0. First time up result in the walk. Swing and a miss, strike 2 by Bellozo. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball. Ground ball. Right side. Tags the bag for the out, recorded by Nick Kurtz, the first baseman. It's a hard hit ball on the ground there by Bellozo. Just great reaction time by Kurtz to keep a body out in front of it and snag it on the well hard hit ball on the ground. First pitch missing inside here. Pierce Bennett, the batter. Gavin Dugas, the batter, walked his first time up for LSU. 1-0. Missing down to the pitch by Hartle to count now 2-0. Hey, what's good? Mario in the street. Welcome in. Thanks for joining in. Yeah, he's been doing pretty well. 2-0 pitch. Breaking ball taken for strike 1 in the zone. Hartle on 65 pitches so far. This is a swing and a miss, and the breaking ball, strike 2. So Dugas walked his first time up. He's still going to look to see if he can do that this way too. The count goes 2-2. The pitch missing down, and the count goes full. Wow, this Wake Forest pitcher just really struggling with his command so far in the game. 15 batters faced. He's thrown 68 pitches. He struck out 5. He's walked 4, and that's ball 4. So add another walk to that total now with a runner on first. Hey, what's good, Vegas? Welcome in, man. Hope all is going well. She's doing pretty well, Mario. I can't believe these outfielders don't have sunglasses. Avin, thanks for joining in, man. You know, Wake Forest has got their left fielder, Adam Chachere, out in left field. He's trying to shade himself to see where the ball is if it ever gets hit in the outfield with his glove up in the air. I mean, when I played baseball, we constantly had sunglasses out on the field. 0-1 pitch. Missing down to the hitter here, Braden Jobert, at right field for LSU today. Jobert 0 for 1 his first time up. He's batting .311. This is an LSU team that came into the matchup as the number 5 seed. They were the preseason number 1 Wake Forest, the top team in the nation, 53 wins, number 1 team in the bracket. Swing and a miss, strike 2 by Jobert on the pitch delivered by Hartle for Wake Forest. Here's the 1-2 pitch, breaking ball. Swing and a miss, strike 3 as he fall tipped there right back to the catcher's mitt. Great squeeze there by Bennett Lee to hang on for it for the recorded strikeout. Now it's 2 outs for Wake Forest with their defense. It's a great camera they got with the umpire cam right behind home plate. They got cameras attached to the umpire where you could see that breaking ball able to soar right below the bats. Swung over the top of it by Jobert, the hitter. This brings up Jordan Thompson now for LSU up. Thompson 0 for 1 today. Struck out his first time up. Thompson swings over the top of it. Breaking ball for strike 1. A little bit. I think she likes basketball more. I don't think she's like a big fan of baseball. Oh, nice bunt, but couldn't stay fair. So it does roll foul, but good idea there by Jordan Thompson, the batter, for LSU, and the count goes 0-2. He had exactly where you want to square it, too. Like, that point at bat, really just catching the defense off guard. You got a runner on first, trying to see if you can put another base runner on, and that was a really good idea there, but you only got one chance and couldn't put it fair. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts in the mound recorded by Wake Forest with Josh Hartle. And we close out the inning. It's 2-0 LSU as we move on now to the bottom portion of the fourth coming up. Alright, so now we finally get the pitcher into the groove. Right now, you've been struggling throughout this game. Good way to battle back. We still got a long way left to go in this matchup here. I was looking at the Wake Forest stats. This team is just insane with how many runs they've scored against teams this season. So just like they could pour it on pretty fast, especially if their bats start to get a hold in this game of ones, which they've yet to do. But I'm looking at this part of the order that's coming up next. They got the 2, 3, and 4 batters due up. This is a critical inning right now because you got the power hitting players up to the plate. 356, 362, 357. Those are the 2, 3, 4 batters due up this inning in the order 1, 2, 3 with their batting average for Wake Forest. So you got Bennett, you got Kurtz, you got Wilkin. And this team's just so explosive. They've been averaging around 13 total runs in the NCAA tournament for Wake Forest, pounding teams along the way. Offense, though, yet to even record a hit tonight. 0 for 9 by Wake Forest with their at-bats tonight. Struck out 5 times for the hitters for Wake Forest. They walked just once, which was in the first inning. Wake Forest with a 27-1 record this year when they've scored 10 runs or greater for them. They've got some massive wins throughout this NCAA tournament. They beat George Mason in the regionals to open up the NCAA tournament 12-0 and 15-1. First pitch here taken for a called strike 1. Pierce Bennett, the batter for Wake Forest. He's the lone player to reach on base. He walked his first time up. 0-1 pitch. Oh, nice spot there. Strike 2 delivered by Floyd. Joey, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining in. Wake Forest crushed Maryland 21-6. They beat Alabama 22-5 in the Super Regionals, but they played 2 close games in the NCAA tournament. Beat Alabama 5-4. Beat Stanford in their last game 3-2. Ahead in the count for LSU. 0-2 pitch, and it goes foul towards the right side off the bat of Bennett. Yeah, that sounds good there, Mario. Floyd looking for another K. Ahead in the count 0-2 to pitch. This will go back foul. Going fishing after a fastball high in the zone. Pitcher for LSU, Ty Floyd's got just really solid command in his fastball. Just keeps on blowing it past the Wake Forest batters throughout this game. Here's the 0-2 pitch. This pitch gets lined right side. It drops in. And Wake Forest first hit of the game. That's a leadoff single by Pierce Bennett to start things off for the Demon Deacons. Hit us up in the chat, by the way, who you guys like tonight in this one here, LSU or Wake Forest. If you guys are new, spike the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Thanks all for joining and being a part here. Special live stream. First time in a while that I've covered a baseball special live stream. Strike one taken in the zone. This is Nick Kurtz, the first baseman, now batting 0 for 1 his first time up. He struck out during his first plate appearance. Number 2 home run leader this season for Wake Forest with 24 total homers. Floyd with an 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball, pop fly. Goes back behind home plate. And that will go off the screen, foul. Hey, there we go, Mario. Yeah, thanks for the invitation there, man. O2 pitch. Goes off the catcher's glove. If he had squeezed it, that probably could have been strike 3, but it results in a stolen base. So Pierce Bennett steals second base in the wild pitch. That should be an error charged to the catcher. Hayden Travinski just setting up in the outside part of the plate when the pitch by Ty Floyd was in the inside part of the plate. If Travinski squeezes the glove, then that could have very well been strike 3, but it bounced off the catcher's mitt for the umpire. That's a tough spot to call right there because you have no clue where he framed it for the catcher since he hadn't squeezed it in his mitt, and it bounced right off the catcher's mitt directly all the way to the backstop towards the dugout. 1-2 now the count. 1-2 pitch to Kurtz, and he fouls it back. Stays alive in the 96-mile-per-hour fastball. The count stays 1-2. So one runner on second off the wild pitch. Pitch number 52. 1-2. That misses high. Looking to go on the off-speed pitch at 78 miles per hour, but whenever he's thrown the off-speed pitch a couple times today by Ty Floyd, it's missed quite high in the zone. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Again, going off-speed, and it misses high. He's going like 94 and 95 in the fastball. The thing is, it's going to be any part of time that Wake Forest is going to start to discover that all he's throwing is fastballs. 3-2 pitch. Right back to the fastball. Swing and a miss, strike 3. He blows it right past the batter. Nick Kurtz for the strikeout. Yeah, gathering these strikeouts directly from fastballs tonight on the mound by Ty Floyd. That's a 6th strikeout. Only walked 1, which was in the first inning. What's good, Luke Outdoors? Welcome in. Looks like LSU is going to have a mound visit, so they're going to talk things over to be careful right here because up at the plate is Brock Wilkin, and Wilkin tied for first in the nation in total home runs. So he's batting .358. He's got 81 total hits with 31 home runs and 81 RBIs. He's walked 67 times as well. So he leads the team for Wake Forest in home runs, which is tied for first in the nation. Also RBIs and also walks drawn. Pitcher for LSU right now is throwing 54 pitches. First pitch missing, down and away in the fastball for ball 1. "55 pitches on the mound by Ty Floyd. The 1-0 pitch. Hide outside, taken for ball 2 by Wilkin. So big spot in this game right now. Brock Wilkin, 31 total home runs. He's got 8 with runners in scoring position and 51 RBIs with runners in scoring position. That's a called strike 1. Right at the letters. Top outside corner of the plate. Delivered on the mound there by Ty Floyd for LSU. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Missing down to the way in the fastball, and the count goes 3-1. The pitcher for LSU as of late, only pitch that he's been able to dial up and command in the zone has been the fastball, so that's what he keeps on going to. Whenever he's doing the off-speed, it's resulted in the pitch missing the zone too high. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2, blows it right past the bat of Wilkin. We are full on the count. This will be pitch number 60, the game coming up by Ty Floyd in the mound for LSU. Brock Wilkin, the number 4 batter in the lineup for Wake Forest, the 3-2 pitch with 1 out and a runner on second, the 3-2. Called strike 3. What a beauty of a spot right there by Ty Floyd. On the full count, pitch results in the backwards K. Fastball. Bottom part of the plate at the knees on the outside edge of the plate. Couldn't ask for a better spot right there to ring up the top power hitter in the team for Wake Forest. Strikeout city for LSU. 3 teams in the College World Series out of 6 remain. Happen to be from the SEC. LSU looking to join Florida to start off the College World Series at 2-0. First pitch missing away in the breaking ball. Now we'll go back to the fastball, but that will miss down and away for ball 2 by Floyd to Justin Johnson, the batter. Johnson up 5th in the order. He is 0 for 1 today. Wake Forest getting shut out with just 1 total hit so far this matchup. The 2-0 pitch. Taken just above the letters in the fastball for ball 3. Hasn't walked the batter since the bottom of the first inning for Ty Floyd. Now down in the count, though, for the pitcher, 3-0. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Dials one back in the zone. Strike. Bottom half of the plate at the knees, taken for strike 1. 7 strikeouts on the mound for LSU. This will be pitch number 65 of the game by Ty Floyd. The 3-1 pitch. Called strike 2. What a spot there. Outside top quarter of the plate, and Wake Forest is looking for the walk as the batter Justin Johnson had turned around. He was about to send his bat right back to the Wake Forest dugout, but the count goes full. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Taken for strike number 3. Oh, what a gem on the mound by Ty Floyd. Back-to-back strikeouts to number 4 and 5 batters as he rings them up both looking. On the mound by Ty Floyd with back-to-back backwards Ks. Hayden Travinsky, great job right there framing that pitch behind home plate for the catcher for LSU. 4 innings through so far, and Wake Forest still scoreless on the board. Wow, this game's moving so far. An hour and 15 through the game. We're already at the top of the 5th inning. If you're new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe, ring that notification bell as well if you guys would like to join in for future live streams. We get up to around 35 right now, at one point up to 27 currently, but thanks all for joining in tonight, being a part of the channel, covering a special live stream here. First time in a long time I've covered cover baseball action on the channel. It's my, believe it or not, first time I've covered the College World Series. I've covered a good amount of MLB games during the off season for special live streams. Usually, like 99.9% of my content, I cover NBA and college hoops, but since we had like a big following for like March Madness on the channel back in March, I wanted to do some like off-season special live streams here since basketball right now is on a little bit of a break before the summer league. Wanted to get some College World Series streams to cover and see how it goes, and yeah, pretty solid so far. So a bad inning by Wake Forest defensively, and that's been the difference so far in this game. A ball that got misplayed by the center fielder resulted in a run to score for LSU for the first run of the game, and then another misplayed ball, which was given some trouble by the Sun, by the left fielder for Wake Forest, and that's how we get the score 2-0 so far, with those errors coming at the top of the third inning. So Wake Forest back on the field right now with the count going 2-0. 1-1 actually. So that second pitch was taken for strike one. Wow, that did not look like it was close in the zone, but Josh Hartle getting the benefit of the doubt by the umpire a lot of these times when it breaks late. And that swing and a miss strike two on the pitch down and away. So this is Josh Pearson now the batter, 1-2. That pitch will miss the zone. It goes 2-2. And Pearson, he walked on 4 straight pitches his last time up. He's the number 9 batter in the order. So this is a 9-1-2 batters due up here for LSU this inning. Hartle with a 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That breaking ball is nasty. He goes with a slider as a left-handed pitcher, and that thing just breaks severely. 8 strikeouts tonight. That is a Wake Forest single-season record. He has just broken with 139 strikeouts total this season by Josh Hartle. So we have a Wake Forest single-season record being broken tonight with 139 total strikeouts this season. Ground ball up the middle in the first pitch offered, to throw to first, and a putout recorded. So a ground out up to the middle infield recorded by the second baseman, Justin Johnson. That's 2 quick outs now for Wake Forest. Dylan Cruz yet to really make an impact in this game. He just grounded out. So Dylan Cruz, the leadoff batter, who has been batting incredibly this season. 427 for his batting average, is 0 for 3 today. Here's the number 2 hitter in the lineup, Tommy White. He is 1 for 2, scored the first run of the game. First pitch takes it high and outside for ball 1. 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball missing down. It goes 2-0. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Breaking ball again. That time finds the zone. Strike 1. That's basically impossible to hit if you're the batter that late of a break, because when you're seeing it is basically the white of the batter's box and the opposite batter's box, and then when it breaks, it just breaks late as it goes right over the plate. Strike 2. It took a bit in that pitch off of it. Wasn't much of a break, but the count now 2-2. That pitch gets driven. It finds the gap all the way to left center field on the line. And that's a single that drops down off the bat of Tommy White. Tommy White tonight, the first batter to have multi-hits in tonight's game, as he goes 2 for 3 now. Great piece of hitting right there. Staying patient, hanging back on a slider that now he's seeing a lot of pitches thrown tonight. So he knew exactly, keep your hands back and delivering a slider. That's exactly what happened there, as he cranked it all the way to left center field. This brings up Trey Morgan now up. Morgan 1 for 2 as he had a triple and an RBI. That triple resulted in that hit to left field, which was misplayed by the Sun by the left fielder for Wake Forest, as White will take the second pitch for strike 1. Hartle with a 1-1 pitch. This pitch gets lined on a rope to right field. It is caught, though, by Pierce Bennett, the right fielder, for the third out of the inning. That was well hit right there. Lined out to right. It just hung up, though, where it was directly at the right fielder. So one more runner on the base paths, though, left stranded for LSU. I like how we're just, like, moving fast through this game right now. Like, this is great. Like, it's going by pretty fast. If you guys are new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe, ring that notification bell as well. Ty Floyd's been incredible on the mound tonight. He's thrown 66 total pitches for LSU. He's recorded 8 strikeouts, 1 walk. Yeah, tough game. It's just, like, in baseball, just one inning can completely wreck you if you can't get your offense in line, and that's exactly what's happening tonight. It's just that one bad inning they had in the field that they misplayed a couple balls by the outfielders, and LSU has made them pay because of that right now. Yeah, welcoming Dennis in the stream. Thanks for joining in. Hey, thanks for the recommendation there by Falling Angel, finishing watching the new Flash movie. Yeah, I'll have to check that out sometime. So bottom of the 5th inning now. Wake Forest will get their at-bats. This is the number 6, 7, and 8 batters due up with Corona, Lee, and Josh Array. Danny Corona, the designated hitter, 0 for 1 his first time up. The first 2 pitches missing low and inside by Ty Floyd in the mound for LSU. 2-0 pitch by Floyd. Pop fly goes back foul off the bat of Corona. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Pitch number 70. Fastball just missing the mark outside for ball 3. That was pretty close right there. It's been able to hit some great spots tonight. Effective by Floyd. 3-1 pitch. Pop fly. Driven. Right field side. And that will go towards the stands. Foul. So 3-2 now the count. Ty Floyd, 8 strikeouts tonight. Great game on the mound for him because he had a 4.50 earned run average, and the pitcher for Wake Forest came into the game with a better earned run average. Josh Hartle with a 2.80 earned run average, but at the end of the day, you look at both of these teams' schedules, and SEC just so dominant in baseball this season. 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3 on a high fastball he offered, and that's strikeout number 9 tonight by Ty Floyd. That probably would have been ball 4. That was close. We see here, yeah, that is very close, around the letters on that pitch. It looked like it was a little bit high in the zone, like a tad above the letters, but Danny Corona offered for it for the first out of the inning. First pitch driven up the middle. That drops in, so that's a single by Wake Forest. Hit number 2 of the game on the first pitch single directly up the middle by Bennett Lee for Wake Forest. So let's see if this can start to transpire something for Wake Forest. This is now the Number 8 batter that's up with 1 out. Adam Chasharay now up. So this is a left-handed batter who digs in. Right-handed pitcher. Pick off. Back to first. Diving back safely is Lee. First pitch. That pitch taken up high for ball 1, 94-mile-per-hour fastball, and that's the 75th pitch of the game now by Ty Floyd for LSU. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Blows it past him on the fastball, 94 miles per hour. Just so dominant with his fastball today by Ty Floyd with 9 recorded strikeouts. So Wake Forest just hasn't been able to get a hold of anything. Haven't been able to adjust to the speed on the mound of Ty Floyd. This is the part of the inning that you really need to retire right here for LSU. You got the 290 batting average player that's up number 8 in the order as he blows the fastball right past him for strike 2. After that, it's Merrick Houston who's batting 226 for Wake Forest. And then it's back to the top of the order. The top 4 players in the order, 1, 2, 3, 4, who's batting 350 or greater. Floyd looking for strikeout number 10. Pick off, bang, bang play. Safe at first, though, is Bennett. That was pretty close right there. Great spot on the pick off where you wanted to put that ball in the bang, bang play. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 94-mile-per-hour fastball. Upper edge of the plate on that top outside corner. And that's strikeout number 10 on the mound by Ty Floyd. Absolute pitcher's gem right now in this game. 2 outs at the bottom of the 5th inning. This brings up the number 9 batter for Wake Forest. Merrick Houston, 0 for 1 today. Houston, first pitch off his bat, cranked, fly ball, right side, hangs up in the park, under it for the outs. That's Braden Jober, the right fielder, who catches it for out number 3. LSU, an absolute gem tonight on the mound by Ty Floyd. To 5 total innings so far, allowing just 2 hits by Wake Forest. The explosive offense of Wake Forest, scoring 10 runs or greater in 28 games out of 53 that they've won this season. 28 of their 63 total that they've played have been 10 runs or greater, and tonight getting shut down with nothing. Hit us up in the chat, by the way, who guys like tonight in this one here, LSU or Wake Forest. Winner of this game will advance. It'll play on Wednesday at 7 p.m. The loser of this game will play tomorrow night at 7 p.m. We'll take on Tennessee. Tennessee eliminated Stanford today. It'll be Wake Forest with the... LSU coming up. We'll have the 4, 5, and 6 batters due up. Travinsky, Beloso, and Dugas. So 12 strikeouts in the last game by Paul Skeens for LSU against Tennessee on Saturday. And today dominant on the mound once again for LSU with 10 recorded strikeouts by Ty Floyd. The first pitch here missing down, recorded for a ball by Josh Hartle for Wake Forest. 5 innings thrown so far, allowing 3 hits, 8 strikeouts, and 4 walks. Starting to finally settle into the game nicely on a slider by Hartle. Let's get some serious break on it. The count now 2-0. He was struggling early. At one point, he had 21 strikes to 21 balls thrown through his first 42 pitches, and he struck out his first 5 batters and had 4 walks allowed. So that was his ratio, 5 strikeouts and 4 walks at one point in this game, and it's now 8 strikeouts to 4 walks. 3-0 pitch, as that will be dialed in for strike 1. Hayden Travinski, the batter. 3-1 pitch, ground ball out to the third base side. Thrown across the diamond. Throw is high. The tag to the bag, though, in time for Nick Kurtz for the out, recorded at first base. Great job to get up there off the high flow by Brock Wilken across the diamond, but records the putouts. So coming up on pitch number 95 now for Wake Forest is pitcher on the mound with Josh Hartle. Here's pitch number 95, missing down for ball 1. Cade Beloso today walked once. He is 0 for 1 today, batting 309 in the season. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Beloso takes in the zone on the changeup for strike 1. One pitch, breaking ball. That gets shot foul. Yeah, rough one for the ACC. Yeah, usually I don't think they're that great of a baseball conference for them usually. Just the SEC was just so dominant this year. 1-2 pitch. That ball missing in the dirt as it goes 2-2. Yeah, I was looking at the SEC tournament stuff. I saw Texas A&M as the 10 seed. I was like, how in the world did they make it all the way to the conference tournament championship game? That's a great piece right there. There's a single. Third hit, or LSU on board with a hit. That's hit number 4 tonight for LSU as Beloso ropes it right into right field. It drops down with a 1-out single. So 4 hits by LSU. Wake Forest with just 2 tonight. This is going to be pitch number 100. Gavin Dugas, the batter for LSU. And that pitch misses high and outside by Hartle. So there he is. He's at 100. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball in the zone, taken for strike 1. It's a great pitch. That pitch right there, outside edge of the plate and the breaking ball, that's what you want for your payoff pitch. If you're Josh Hartle on the mound, 81 mile per hour curveball that he just threw. Here's the 1-1 in the zone, taken for strike 2. Now he's losing juice in his pitches as of late. He's down to 89 right now on his last pitch. So he's 100 pitches thrown so far in the game. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That misses down to the fastball. That time it hit 90. Yeah, I expect there to be a pitching change coming up after the end of this inning for Wake Forest. So looks like they can only get 6 most likely out of Hartle on the mound. 2-2 pitch. Bouncing off the catcher. Great stop by Bennett Lee as the runner will stay put at first and the count goes full. So coming up will be pitch 105 by Josh Hartle for Wake Forest. Gavin Dugas, the batter. Okay, so here we go. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, got him. On the fastball upstairs, above the letters, going fishing there was Gavin Dugas for strike 3. I think one thing we've seen in this game, we've seen a lot of strikeouts in the upper part of the area, especially like above the letters. Like, we've had some chances here that we could see more base runners in the game walk tonight, but no, that has not been the answer due to batters just going after pitches away from the zone. This is a great breaking ball in there, inside edge of the plate for strike 1. So Braden Jobert, now the batter. He has yet to reach base today, 0-2. The pitch, driven by Jobert. It's going deep. Right center field towards the warning track. It is caught, though, for the final out of the inning by Pierce Bennett of Wake Forest. That's the hardest hit ball of the game. It went around 12 feet prior to the fence, though, as it was hit off the bat of Braden Jobert. Out number 3 the inning, and we enter now the bottom half of the 6th. LSU holding on to a 2-run advantage over Wake Forest for a trip to play on Wednesday in the winner's bracket to go 2-0 in the College World Series. Alright, bottom of the 6th upcoming. If you guys are new in the stream, make sure to hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Thanks all for joining in, being a part here of the channel tonight for a special live stream tonight of action here, College World Series. And LSU, that solid inning that they had at the top of the 3rd inning resulted in an error on a misplayed ball and a line drive by the center fielder, Tommy Hawk, for Wake Forest. And then another misplayed ball by the left fielder, resulting in a triple as he lost it with a son with Adam Chachare. And that's the difference so far this game. It's just Wake Forest just broke down defensively in the top of the 3rd inning, and LSU is just such a stellar game on the mound by Ty Floyd tonight. He struck out 10 batters. He's walked just 1 in 79 total pitches. And then on the other side, you see Wake Forest with Josh Harkle. He's thrown 105 pitches so far in today's game, but he did allow those runs to come across the plate in the 3rd inning, and he's walked, I believe, 4. Yeah, he's walked 4 batters today by Hartle compared to just 1 total walk in this game by Ty Floyd. It's moving fast, though. Really, really fast game tonight. Bottom of the 6th inning now as we come back to action. LSU will be defensively here as Wake Forest will have their 1, 2, and 3 batters. If LSU is able to come out of this unscathed, still shutting out Wake Forest, then LSU is looking solid. Rest of this game they should be, because this is the heart of their order right now for Wake Forest. Top 4 batters in the order hitting 350 or greater. 0-1 pitch. Taken for strike number 2. Tommy Hawk, 0 for 2 today. 7 home runs, 33 RBIs. What's good, Billionaire? Welcome back in the stream. 0-2 pitch. That's missing high right there by LSU with Ty Floyd. That's an incredible ratio. He's got 10-1 for strikeouts to walks. Looking for 11 here. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Missing down. Good idea. Just below the letters. That pitch just dipped. That was on the fastball, but that was looking like it was pretty good once it left his hand, but it dropped a little bit too low, around like the shoelace level. Here's the 2-2 pitch. This pitch gets driven foul towards the left side as Wake Forest Tommy Hawk, the batter, stays alive. Sky, welcome back in. Thanks for joining in. Here we go, the 2-2 pitch. That pitch missing way too high by Floyd in the fastball, and it goes 3-2. Christian, welcome back in, man. Yeah, I heard about that. A lot of big news over the weekend. Yeah, that's unfortunate there. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Pop fly, right side, and that will go foul. Three-two pitch again. Taken just above the letters for ball 4. That's the first walk assessed to Ty Floyd since the top of the first inning. So Wake Forest has a leadoff runner now. Yeah, it's just so sad. Hopefully Bob Huggin's able to get the help. He needs some serious help. That's too bad, man. Like one of the top collegiate coaches of all time, but just one night that just not thinking during one night can really just change your entire career. Yeah, there was so much that was it for him. If he decided to stay, he was gonna get fired. Pickoff, that throw to pickoff missed the mark. That will go all the way to the right field past the first baseman, and that's a wild pickoff attempt. And the runner advances over to second now for Wake Forest. So Wake Forest with a runner in scoring position right now is LSU in a wild pickoff. And this is the heart of the order. This is where Wake Forest is going to look to do damage in this inning right now. So 1-0 now the count. Here's the pitch. Missing outside, and the fastball. The count goes 2-0. Yeah, I think a coach to keep an eye on would be Pat Kelsey out of Charleston. That he's really like moving up in the rankings for him. I think he's got a shot in the future for West Virginia. I don't know what they're gonna do for this season though, because that pitch missing down in the way in the fastball, losing control by Ty Floyd in the mound, because you got only a couple months before the start of practice, or practices start in October. And West Virginia just got a bunch of players in the transfer portal. I think they have like one of the most amount of players in the transfer portal out of any team this season. Fastball outside edge of the plate, strike one. And a couple pitchers lining up in the bullpen right now for LSU between number 30 and number 26, Nate Ackenhausen and Thatcher Hurd up in the bullpen, and that will be ball number 4. So that pitch missing outside. And now Wake Forest with no outs. They have 2 runners on the base paths here. And getting into their heart of their order right now for Wake Forest, where they do a lot of damage. So they're not going to go to a mound visit or anything right now. They're just going to go to the next batter for Wake Forest. They have to be careful because right now Wake Forest and their number 3 hitter, and this is the player that has 24 home runs this season. So this is a huge spot in the game right now. Now they'll go to a mound visit because this is what you got. 92 pitches thrown in the mound by Ty Floyd. He had been doing tremendous all game long, but then he just walked back-to-back hitters. So this is the worst time to come into the game because you got the 3 guy and the 4 guy up in the lineup, and you got power hitting Wake Forest right now. When these 2 guys combined, they've hit 55 combined homers this season between the next 2 batters. I'm a fan of Providence, so yeah, I root for Providence for college. I live not too far away from Providence. I'm like an hour south of Boston. I'm only like 20 minutes to the east of Providence. Yeah, I haven't seen TCU at all this year for baseball, but if I had to go with one tomorrow, I'd probably take them over Oral Roberts in that game. Oral Roberts just a tremendous Cinderella run for that team. First pitch missing inside for ball 1. Here's the 1-0 pitch, missing down. Stop of the catcher, Travinsky behind home plate. The runners will stay put first and second. There's barely been any hits in this game today. 4 hits by LSU, 2 by Wake Forest. Wake Forest was averaging 13 runs per game entering today's matchup, which is crazy, through 6 games in the College World Series. This is Nick Kurtz, the batter. 7 straight balls thrown by the pitcher, Ty Floyd. Here's the 2-0. That pitch missing high and inside, and now the count's 3-0. He's going to walk his 3rd straight batter in a row. Like, I'm shocked they didn't pull him out on the mound visit. Like, you could see he's clearly tired. Like, this is going right into Wake Forest momentum. I would not be shocked if he walks this guy and the next guy up comes up and puts up a grand slam. There's a called strike. 3-1, so he finally delivers one. Ty Floyd, 2 runners on, trying to get himself out of the jam. 3-1 pitch. Ball 4. Missing just down on the fastball, and here we go. This is where power meets bullpen right now, and can Wake Forest take advantage? No outs, bases juiced. Top hitter in the nation in power hitting, now up for Wake Forest, the #1 team in the nation, as this whole dugout goes wild. Beyond the Sports, welcome in. Thanks for joining in. If you guys are new to the stream, make sure to hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well. And here we go. Nobody's yet to hit a home run tonight. We could have a grand slam coming up. I was looking at this dude's stats, and they were off the chains. So this should be 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. I got so many base graphics here. Trying to get it up. Nope. This is it, right? Yep, there we go. Oh, there we go. Welcome at Vaughn in the stream. So, looks like we've got another name change, looks like. Brock Wilkin, the #4 batter in the order. 355 batting average. And LSU will make a pitching change. So, LSU will make a pitching change finally. And looks like they will cut to a commercial break. So this will be number 26, Thatcher Hurd, who gets substituted into the game. Yeah, feel free to send me over a DM on Discord if you're interested there. So once we come back from the timeout, between the pitching substitution, it will be the #4 batter who will be up for Wake Forest, who has cranked 31 home runs. He is tied for 1st in the nation in total home runs. He's got a very likely opportunity to up his 81 total RBIs. He's also walked 67 times, so he leads the team in home runs, RBIs, and walks, and he's also tied for 1st in the nation in total home runs. That's too bad for LSU. Based on how he ended the inning prior, looked like he could have kept on going, but once you saw that he walked the first 2 batters in a row, that's where you have to take him out, because at one point he threw 7 straight balls in a row. I mean, you got to see at that point that he's tired. He went from, I think he started off the inning at like 79 pitches. He went up to 97 real fast. Like everything that he was throwing kept on missing the zone clearly. And now if all those runs come home, he's going to get charged for them. So here's Thatcher Hurd, 6.49 earned run average, 51 1/3 innings thrown, 6-2 record with 71 strikeouts, 34 walks. So now you got a guy on the mound with bases loaded that has an ERA above 6. So this is a troublesome spot right now for LSU. Patrick, welcome in. Thanks for joining in. Yeah, San Antonio, absolute gem. So lucky. Brock Wilken, the batter. Runners in scoring position. He has 51 total RBIs this season for Wilken. He's got the bases juice right now, tied for first in the nation in total home runs and 0 outs. If you're LSU, you're looking for the best case scenario. You're looking for a double play on a fielder's choice involving home plate. First pitch dropped by the catcher, and it's taken for ball 1 because it was dropped by the catcher. He couldn't frame it, and it looked like it was in the zone, but when the catcher drops it, umpire can't tell where that ball will be, so Travinsky just completely drops it behind home plate. The count's now 1-0. It's a 97-mile-per-hour fastball, 1-0 pitch. Pitch driven up the middle. That's going to be at least 1 RBI. The throw to the plate. Cut off by the pitcher. And it's now 2-1. So bases loaded once again. 1 RBI by Brock Wilken. With no outs now at the bottom of 6. Now, when I play baseball, that's what my coaches told me. That's the best spot in all the field that you can hit it. Right there, directly up the middle. Because nobody can put a play in that ball. Exactly what happened there. Justin Johnson now up. Took the first pitch for ball 1. He's 0 for 2 tonight. 1-0 pitch to Johnson. Breaking ball finds its way in the zone. 80 miles per hour for strike 1. So what you're looking at here for LSU, you're looking at lead runner at this scenario. Got to get whatever ball in the infield. You're going to get to home most likely. They'll turn 2 on this play. The ball ranging up the middle, and they will turn 2. So that'll be 2 outs recorded by LSU's defense, but an RBI, so the score is tied 2-2. Once again, great ball up the middle. That was such a slow roller up the middle. Jordan Thompson had to tag the bag at second. It was ranging towards the shortstop's left, towards the second base bag, and that's how he was able to record that out. So this is now runner on third. We got, and that's a wild pitch. Wake Forest. Isn't there? No. Oh, no. It's going to be a hit batter. So it will be a hit batter. So it did hit the batter. So it's not a wild pitch. That was close. Oh, it hit his shoe. So it hit the batter's shoe. So the runner at third base has to retreat back to third. So now runners at the corners. So runners are now at the corners. First and third. 2 outs. We've seen 2 runs come home by Wake Forest and then a hit batter. The first pitch here taken for strike 1. Bennett lead and number 7 batter in the order. So you've gone 7 guys through this order right now for Wake Forest. And a quick update, the score is 2-2. Just going to get that up there. So they had just scored previous to that. So we got 2-2 to score now. One runners at the corners. The pitch, breaking ball, missing down. The count goes 2-1. Man, this pitcher's been all over the place right now for LSU. So they got Number 26 on the mound with Thatcher Hurd. He's just been down, he's been up, he's been inside. With that breaking ball going above the letters for ball 3. So 3-1 now the counts. Yeah, the whole, like, College World Series, it took me a while to figure out the format myself. Is that fastball missing inside? That's ball 4. Now the bases are loaded once again. Man, LSU about to blow this thing. 11 pitches, and Thatcher Hurd can't find the zone. Here we go. 2 outs, bases loaded. Yeah, once we get into the timeout, I'll explain it quite a bit. Because it is a lot that goes into the College World Series. It took me a long time to figure it out myself. I'm 27 years old, and I legit just figured it out not too long ago about the format. Because it's very different from most sports. Adam Chachere, the batter, number 8 hitter in the order for the left fielder. Huge spot in the game right now. Bases juiced, 2 outs. The pitch, missing high, above the letters. That's near the batting helmet area. Around just below it, around the chin. The count goes 2-1. LSU trying to get out of the inning. Wake Forest looking to take the lead first time tonight. That goes off the bat. Fly ball goes foul. So here we go. 2-2 coming up. Number 8 batter to order. Adam Chachere looking to drive home some more runs. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Gets out of a jam right there for LSU. As we are tied now in the College World Series 2-2. And we enter the top of the 7th inning coming up. 2 runs came across the plate, and then 3 runners left stranded by Wake Forest. But able to tie it up for the number 1 team in the nation now. We're even. Yeah, so it took me a while to figure out the format. The format's super confusing because so what they do for the College World Series is that they start off in this is before the College World Series. They do the NCAA tournament, which they start off in groupings of 4. So you're grouped into a 4-team group, and whoever wins that group in double elimination style moves on to the Super Regionals. And then after that, they play Super Regionals, which is a best of 3 between 2 teams. And then whoever wins that Super Regional matchup, those are the top 16 teams. Whoever wins those Super Regional matchups, the top 8 teams then advance to the College World Series. The College World Series has 8 teams in it, and then they reseed the seeds. And they do 4 teams in the upper bracket, 4 teams in the bottom bracket, and they go double elimination until they crown a national champion. So it takes a while. They got a bunch of games that they play. Game 11, Game 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I think they got 16 total games, if I'm not mistaken, for the College World Series. So they got 8 total teams, 4 on one side of the bracket, 4 on the other side of the bracket, and they do double elimination. So it's quite odd. So yeah, both of these teams are in the winner's bracket. So even if they lose this game, they're still in the College World Series. Hey, what's good, Mountain Man? Welcome in. Thanks for joining back in. Looks like they got a new pitcher in the mound now for Wake Forest. Cade Rowland, number 28, is on the mound right now. Yeah, it's like difficult to like get because it seems like the College World Series goes on for ages. That's like how many games it takes. If I'm not mistaken, I think the Little League World Series does like a double elimination format too, which I'm not like a big fan of. I actually like the pool play better, where you get a guaranteed 3 games against teams in your same pool, whereas now I think if you go 0-2 in the Little League World Series, you got a third game against a team not in your own region. I think you have to take on an international team for that third game if you go 0-2. 1-0. That one is check swing, taken for strike 1 by Merrick, or by Jordan Thompson, the batter. This is the 8-9, and 1 batter's due up now for LSU. 1-1 pitch to Thompson. That's called strike 2. Wow, that was a generous spot right there to the pitcher. That looked like a tough spot. Breaking ball kind of high in the zone and outside. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3. Zips it right in by the pitcher on the mound for Rowland as he retires Jordan Thompson on 4 pitches. I have to say, covering baseball is like definitely like a different change of pace from what I usually cover for basketball on the channel. But in terms of prep stuff, I feel like I have to like prepare more for baseball because there's like a lot going on, especially when the ball is hit, because there's more players in the field to be able to like get down compared to like on the basketball court when I cover. 1-0 pitch, that's in there for strike number 1 as Rowland battles back now. 1-1 the count. Wake Forest got a pitcher lined up in their bullpen too. Looks like they got number 30 warming up for Wake Forest in the bullpen. That was well ahead in the breaking ball. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Michael Massey, number 30 in the bullpen right now for Wake Forest. One-two pitch to Pearson. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Ahead on the breaking ball once again. Off-speed breaking ball around 80 miles per hour, resulting in back-to-back strikeouts on the mound now for Wake Forest's pitcher, number 28, Cole Rowland. So this will bring up the leadoff batter. Dylan Cruz is yet to get on today for Dylan Cruz, but his batting average is just off the chain. 433 batting average, 573 on base percentage, and the first pitch he whiffs just well through the zone before the pitch reached the plate for strike 1. So 9 pitches delivered so far by Cole Rowland. A lot of those pitches getting the batter just off the mark completely, just missing. So Rowland misses high there to count now 1-1. Rowland, 1-1 pitch. That will go down with the count now 2-1. Harry, welcome back in. I'm I'm going to go Kansas, Duke. I think Michigan State's got a good chance to be there in the Final Four. Marquette returns everybody. I think Marquette's going to be in that mix too, with a pretty solid chance. Oh yeah, I'm gonna go Florida Atlantic. Should be back in there though. I think any of those groupings there, the 5 they just put, I really like Kansas and Duke this year at the top. 2-2 pitch. That missing well away and outside, and the count goes full. Michigan State returns. Yeah, they return a lot this season too. They get a lot of key players back. You're looking at like 3 teams potentially from the Champions Classic to be in the Final Four. Have a pretty good shot to do so. 3-2 as that pitch missing high above the letters. And that's ball number 4. So that's a full count walk as Dylan Cruz is finally on board for the first time today. Yes, so Tennessee beat Stanford, so Tennessee's still in the bracket. What's good, Jake on the channel? Welcome in. Yeah, I'm probably going to do some of the MLB games in the off-season. I'm hoping to do some NFL games in the off-season because I got to get back covering football into like a groove. Wake Forest going to make a substitution right now, so the pitcher that had been warming up in the bullpen, number 30, Michael Massey, is going to come onto the mound just in a moment. So he's a right-handed pitcher. He's going to come onto the mound. They're going to make a substitution now. So substitution for Wake Forest with a pitching change. And Tennessee won today 6-4. So Stanford eliminated. Virginia got eliminated yesterday 4-3 against TCU. Wow, so we've had a bunch of games in the College World Series, and a lot of these games resulting in a win by 1 run. Oral Roberts beat TCU 6-5. Florida beat Virginia 6-5. Wake Forest won against Stanford 3-2. TCU beat Virginia 4-3. Florida beat Oral Roberts 5-4. And then the largest margin of win has been by 3 runs. LSU beating Tennessee 6-3 in the opening game, and then Tennessee beat Stanford today by 2 runs, 6-4. I've done some of the college football games before. I'm more like an NFL fan myself. It's usually tougher during the fall for me to cover college football because I'm usually out working at some of the colleges doing either I get assigned to volleyball or football for colleges during the fall. That's what I usually cover. So I've done some games in person too. I've streamed it from time to time. I think I did a game last year on Labor Day when I was around. Yeah, I'm hoping to do some games for NFL preseason in August because I'm going to be working with a lot of schools covering college football this year, and I got to get back into the groove covering football once again. Like if you haven't covered football in like a long time, like it's tough to get into because you have to keep track of 22 players in the field at once, like offensively and defensively. Here we come back to action. Ground ball up the middle, fielded by the second baseman, thrown to first and recorded the putouts. That's one pitch that retires the batter, and Wake Forest makes their substitution, able to pay off right there. 1 pitch, 1 out for the defense as now we move on to the bottom part of the 7th inning. Wake Forest right now with the upper hand in this game. They just scored 2 runs, and they've been able to figure out stuff offensively as of late. And LSU's got last time they left off a pitcher that had a ERA of around like 6.5 on the mound that was able to get out of a bases loaded jam. So this is what Wake Forest has up. They got 9-1-2 for their batters due up here. So yeah, they're getting to the dangerous part of the order once again. Those 3 and 4 batters, those guys are super dangerous. Oh wow, that's awesome. Yeah, that's cool. I've actually never been down to Cape Cod to catch a Cape Cod League game. I definitely want to do that sometime. Yeah, I was thinking about that, like maybe in the future or so, maybe like contacting somebody from like the Cape Cod League to see if I can like go down there and cover baseball for them in person. Um, I don't know if that was more through like the, cause some of the stuff they just do it by like a volunteer basis, so they don't do it on like a salary type of thing for some of the stuff. So some of the stuff they usually do, because I work with a lot of like colleges and they do. Cape Cod's usually to the edge of Cape Cod is about like an hour from where I am. Mid Cape's like an hour and a half. Yeah, this pitcher right now is he's gonna find his command in the mounds. Yeah, I actually knew some of the kids that I went to college with. They did some internships down there for Cape Cod League. Because when I was going to college, I actually went in for radio. So I actually didn't start like the play-by-play stuff until like a couple years after I graduated college. I started to get a hold of the play-by-play stuff. But I have a couple of connections that worked there for their internship. Did like I think they did camera for the Cape Cod Baseball League. Battling back in the count, Merrick Houston now the batter. Thatcher Hurd, the pitcher, number 26 for LSU. Breaking ball missing, down and away, ball 2. Pitch number 20 for Hurd. 2-2 pitch. That misses high, and the count goes full. So just above the letters, and the breaking ball didn't drop enough in time. Quick update here. Also at the bottom of the 7th now. So this is Wake Forest at bats. 3-2 pitch. Missing high. Wake Forest on base with a walk. So leadoff walk for Wake Forest, and number 1 team just trying to see if they can explode offensively and get things going on. Oh wow, that's awesome. So Joanne went to the Connecticut School of Broadcasting. Yeah, so I didn't attend classes there, but I went for like a tryout there when I was in high school. I was actually a junior in high school, and I was looking at colleges before I went to college for broadcasting to do radio broadcasting is what I concentrated in college, and I actually went to the Connecticut School of Broadcasting to do like a tryout for like their open house and stuff, and they actually accepted me. Funny thing was, they accepted me in when I was only a junior. Junior in high school. I had to tell them that I had like another year, and it was good that I didn't take it, because that's only a certificate, which in broadcasting a certificate doesn't really get you any place. Like what they're looking for now is like bachelor degrees and masters and stuff. And even like I've been looking all over the place for like, because I do a lot of like radio production stuff, and it's just the job's just so scarce. Like everything now is just all part-time, unfortunately. I'm lucky to have a full-time position. Because a lot of the stuff like DJing and hosting, that's just specific time slots for part-time. Because I used to do a lot of that back in college. I used to DJ my own show back in college for like Top 40 and EDM. Bradley, welcome on the stream. Thanks for joining in. But a great game right now, 1-1. LSU led throughout most of this game, 2-0. Wake Forest came back in the last inning at the bottom of 6 and tacked on 2 runs to make it 2-2. And Wake Forest will take a ball right there, so the count goes 2-1 now. LSU's got 2 more pitchers lined up in their bullpen. Tommy Hawk, the batter. 2-1 pitch, drops down a bunt. It is glove though for the out as he pop fly the bunt over to the third baseman. Tommy White of LSU fielded it for the out. So that's the worst case scenario right there for Tommy Hawk, the leadoff batter. Just flies out on the bunt on the third baseman who is charging in for LSU. Tommy Hawk went back to the dugout unhappy. He was kicking a cup that was rolling on the ground, so came into the game for the leadoff batter, leading the team this season in stolen bases, and he is 0 for 3 today. First pitch taken for strike 1 to Pierce Bennett, the number 2 batter in the order for Wake Forest. 0-1 pitch, Bennett swing and a miss, strike 2 over the top it on the changeup, and the count now 0-2. This is a big spot right here to get yourself out of a jam by Thatcher Hurd on the mound. 1 strikeout, 2 walks, 28 total pitches. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball missing outside. The count now 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That will get cranked back foul off the bat of Pierce Bennett. So 30 pitches thrown now by Thatcher Hurd ever since he came into the mound last inning in relief with no outs. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fly ball, right side. It will hang up in shallow right field. Caught for the out by Dugas, the second baseman. Nick Kurtz now up, number 3 batter in the order. 24 total home runs, hitting .360 on the season with 69 RBIs. First pitch to Kurtz, he wanted that one, but swung and missed for strike 1. 95-mile-per-hour fast blown right past his bat. Brock Wilkin had the first RBI of the game. He is up next in the order. He is the top hit leader with home runs this season with 31 home runs, tied for first in the nation. Pop fly goes foul down the left field side. Wow, that's sad. I just saw that graphic at the bottom of the screen. Chris Paul learned a trade from his son. Yeah, I saw a video clip today from Good Morning America, and Chris Paul, he was talking about how he was on a flight and nobody even told him about the trade until he went on his phone on social media after the flight landed, and he saw that he was involved in a trade. Like that's just sad, not even being told that you're traded by anybody. Like, go figure it out on social media. That's just sad. I think that's what happened a couple of years ago. Kelly Oubre, when he got traded from Phoenix, he went on social media during practice, and he learned of it in the middle of practice. Nobody even went up to him and told him in practice. He found out online. He went to his phone in the middle of like a break during practice, and he found out. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Missing up high. The count goes 2-2. Two upstairs again. So the count goes 3-2. Big spot right here. 3-2 pitch, 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th inning, tie score 2-2. This will be the 38th pitch now by Thatcher Hurd on the mound. Nick Kurtz, the number 3 batter to order. 3-2 pitch, missing high. This ball 4. So now this leaves the opportunity for the number 4 batter to do damage now, where he's got 1 RBI in the game by Brock Wilken, and Wilken is now up. Two runners in the base paths now for Wake Forest. Brock Wilken comes up to the plate for Wake Forest. They've trailed throughout the entire game. Now they've tied it up 2-2. And it looks like we're going to have a mound visit coming up here by LSU. So LSU will have a mound visit on 38 total pitches. Yeah, I believe so for the draft. I might do just the first round for this draft, because last couple of drafts have gone like past midnight from the past couple of years or so. So I might just do like the first 30 picks to the draft on Thursday. Last couple of drafts keep on going like really slow. Or so. I think last year I was up till like 12:45. That was crazy. I remember one year I did the NFL draft, and oh man, the thing didn't even end till like 1 in the morning. Breaking ball missing outside. Wilken the batter. Here we go. 1-0 pitch. Delivers. Inside. Taken for strike 1. Hey, there we go, Mario. Glad to hear you had a pretty good dinner. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Wilken leaves it down, ball 2. We got 40 plus watching. If you guys are new in the stream, make sure to hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. What a game here between these two teams right now. 2-2, bottom of the 7th inning. 2-1 pitch. Wilken cranks it, foul down the right field side. Big season for Brock Wilken, number 4 to order, batting .358, 81 total hits, 31 home runs, 82 RBIs, 67 walks. Wilken 1 for 4 with an RBI today. Here's the 2-2. Wilken swinging a miss, strike 3, and a pitch down in the zone. Looked like it probably would have been ball 3 if he didn't offer, but no. Swung over the top of it for strike 3 on a changeup. 2 runners left stranded for Wake Forest as we continue. Thatcher Hurd gets himself out of the inning, strikes out the 4 batter in the order with Wilken. That's a huge strikeout. Little Ducky on the street, welcome in. Hit us up in the chat who you guys like tonight in this one here, LSU or Wake Forest. Yeah, umpire for this game has really just stretched out the zone. Not a whole lot of hits in this one tonight. 4 hits by LSU, Wake Forest with 3. Basically, just both of these teams just one bad inning that they've had. LSU able to break through for 2 runs at the top of the 3rd inning because Wake Forest had that bad inning that they had an error out in center field on a misplayed ball, and then they also lost one out in the sun by the left fielder, which resulted in a triple. It wasn't an error charge, so they had 1 error charge in this game for Wake Forest, and LSU had a bad inning that they allowed 2 runs at the bottom of the 6th inning in Wake Forest, where Wake Forest had a base runner advance via a wild throw off the pickoff attempt at first, and then the pitcher for LSU just got left in the game too long and walked 3 straight batters in a row. They went too long to the substitution with bases loaded. So 2-2 now to score. 1-0 to pitch to Trey Morgan. Now the batter. And Morgan rips it down the right field line, looking like he could stretch this out to a double potentially. Goes right into the corner. He does. Rounds first on to second to throw the second, not in time. Stand-up double for LSU. Trey Morgan starts off the inning. Yeah, this one was pretty tough for me to go through. I was leaning more towards LSU, though, because I looked at their strength of schedule in terms of conference teams in the schedule. Trey Morgan now on second with no outs. Going to bring up Hayden Travinski now up as he takes the first pitch for ball 1. Massey with a 1-0. Travinski ground ball goes back foul. Michael Massey, the pitcher right now on the mound for Wake Forest. So got 3 out of 6 teams remaining in the bracket from the SEC. Tennessee survived today against Stanford. Florida 2-0 in the College World Series in the upper part of the bracket. And these 2 teams in the bottom part of the bracket in the region of Tennessee, Stanford, and then Wake Forest, LSU. That pitch too high, swing and a miss. And 2 straight strikes in a row delivered on the mound. 1-2 now the counts. And it will go foul off the bat backwards of Travinski. So Travinski stays in there with the count 1-2. Here's the 1-2. Pop fly again goes back foul. Now, both of these teams are now at the heart of their order. Number 4 batter, Hayden Travinski for LSU. Here's the pitch, the 1-2. Travinski, ground ball up the middle. Fielded, but it's misplayed by the second baseman and the runners advance. That should be an E4 charge to Wake Forest with a second baseman. Justin Johnson misplayed the slow rolling ground ball up the middle. Now the runners advance over to the corners, first and third. Yeah, just misplayed it. Couldn't get it off the hop in between the infield grass and the dirt there by Johnson. Yeah, I saw all the scores for these games. These games have been really close. Like a bunch of the games to turn by 1 run. So Wake Forest got another pitcher warming up in the bullpen. Cam Minacci, right-handed pitcher, number 14, warming up in the bullpen right now as Wake Forest is going to mound visit, determining what they're going to do on this play coming up. No outs, runners at first and third for LSU. Both of these teams perfect, by the way, in the College World Series at 6-0. Wake Forest crushing the competition. Wake Forest came into today's game outscoring opponents 78-18, plus 60 in total scoring with a 6-0 record in the College World Series. LSU came into today's game also outscoring their competition by much lower, though, of a rate. I believe it was around plus 30 in runs that they outscored their competition. First pitch here, that will miss down for ball one. Cade Bellozo, he is batting fifth to the lineup for LSU, with a chance here to see if he can put a run across the board. 1-0 pitch. Bellozo check swing. Did he hold it back? Field umpire says no go. It's ball two. What a game right now. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Bellozo swings over the top of it for strike one. Got him on the changeup, 83 miles per hour. Two-one pitch. Lined left side. Glove by the third baseman. Throw to the plate off one bounce. Tag applied. Oh, he's out. What a throw right there. Able to get it off the scoop by the catcher. Bennett Lee fielded off the short hop by Brock Wilkin. Incredible reflexes in the throw to the plate as the base runner's out at home. It's an incredible defensive play. Two bounces off the backhand to throw to the plate. Fielded off the bounce by Bennett Lee. That's a championship level play right there by Wake Forest. No wonder why this team has 53 total wins this season. Tags the runner who had gone over the tag, but tagged him just prior to reaching the plate, was Morgan, the base runner. The tag went low, the base runner went high, and he did tag the body, like the chest area body portion of the tag, whereas Morgan, where he was sliding, looking for his arm to extend. Man, this could be reviewable. This could absolutely be reviewable. Where is that tag applied where he tagged the plate? Wow, that is so close. And if it is reviewable, I don't think you can overturn it. Wow. That slide coming in. I wasn't sure at first if he touched the plate on the slide, but we could see from that camera angle, yes, he did. He touched the plate. See, the back end camera angle looks like he's away from the plate, but we see here from the view that the umpire's standing, which the umpire's in the proper view of doing so. Wow. I think the tag just got him. LSU is challenging right now. So LSU is challenging this call on the field. Right now we have one out. Runners have advanced over to second and third. Runners have advanced over to first and second. So LSU has challenged this call on the field with one out. Runners on first and second. The tag by Bennett Lee to the base runner Trey Morgan on a bang-bang play at the plate. Now, did he get the bottom part of the arm? That's where it freezes on the replay right there. If the catcher got the glove on the bottom part of the arm, I don't think there's going to be enough evidence to turn that. I think correct call by the umpire. based on the camera angles, I don't think there's enough evidence to turn that over because if you're the catcher there, Bennett Lee, he could have also very well tagged him, like grazed him on the bottom part of the arm as well. Like that's just so close of a play and a bang play. That's just, man, like, what a championship play right there that Wake Forest put together. Ground ball, backhanded by the third baseman, Wilkin threw across his body to home plate to get the lead runner out at the plate on a tag, which Bennett Lee had a field on the hop. I mean, wow, it's just a sensational play. So the umpire's still talking about the call. And they confirm call has been rolled out. So LSU with a lead base runner thrown out at home plate. Wake Forest records their first out of the inning. First and second down for the base runners of LSU. This will bring up Gavin Dugas to the plate, number 6 batter in the order for LSU. If you're new in the stream, make sure to hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Thanks for joining in tonight, being a part here of the channel. And wow, what a game between these two teams right now. Tie game, top of the 8th inning, 1 out. It looks like Wake Forest will make a substitution on the mound. So Wake Forest will make a substitution on the mound. Number 14, Camden Minacci coming in to pitch. With an ERA at 2.64 coming in to the mound right now. Wow, that was an incredible play. Usually you see a play like that just result in a wild ball that gets thrown past the catcher. But, man, they had everything have to go perfect on that play, and it went to perfection. Once again, they're showing that replay as we're about to get back to action here in just a moment after the pitching change with Wake Forest. Yeah, it's just a great play. Great tag by the catcher, too, because the base runner for LSU looked like he had a chance to tag home plate. It looked like he had dove over the catcher's glove, but looks like he grazed him on the arm and then the body. Cam Minacci, 0-1 record, 2.64 earned run average, throwing 30 2/3 innings this season, 44 strikeouts to 10 walks. Two runners on board. Gavin Dugas will be the batter. LSU up to their number 6 batter in order now. Dugas, 0 for 1 in today's game. He has walked twice. Runners on first and second with 1 out for Wake Forest, looking to get himself out of this inning. Here's the first pitch to Dugas. Takes it for a called strike one, outside edge of the plate. 16 home runs, 43 RBIs, has walked twice tonight, number 6 batter in the order. The 0-1 pitch. Ground ball left side. Look at the turn 2 here for Wake Forest. And they will. Wake Forest double play to get themselves out of a jam with a 5-4-3 double play. Brock Wilkin, huge in that inning defensively, the third baseman. Starting off the double play there. Also recorded the putouts. Throwing out a runner at home by Wilkin off the backhand. Wilkin, Johnson, Kurtz, third baseman, second baseman, first baseman on the 5-4-3 double play to close out the inning for Wake Forest in their defense. Alright, if you guys are new to the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Wake Forest coming up with their at-bats. They have yet to lead this entire game tonight for Wake Forest, the #1 team in the nation, with a chance to take the lead coming up. It'll be the 5, 6, and 7 batters due up for Wake Forest. Justin Johnson, Danny Corona, and Bennett Lee. Johnson 0 for 3 today. Corona 0 for 2. And then Bennett Lee is 1 for 2. Solid stream tonight. If you guys are new to the stream, make sure to hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well. So we're incoming for the bottom of the 8th inning coming up. Thatcher Hurd is still on the mound for LSU. He has walked 3 batters, struck out just 2 through 2 innings. We get back to action. 95-mile-per-hour fastball in the zone for strike 1. A 1 pitch. In there, called strike 2. Yeah, I saw that today. So they got Phil Pressey for the assistant coach. Yeah, that name sounded familiar, and then I remembered, I think him and Kim English were on the same team for Missouri for basketball. One-two now, wild pitch in the breaking ball. 46 pitches thrown now by Thatcher Hurd on the mound for LSU. Here's the 1-2. Missing just outside, and the count goes 2-2. Two-two pitch to Johnson. Called strike 3. Paints the outside edge of the plate for the first strikeout of the inning now for LSU. We've seen some great spots tonight by all the pitchers who's thrown throughout the course of this game. Wow, going fishing after that one. Swing of the miss, strike 1. Pitch was a fastball around the chin area. Blows it past Danny Corona, the batter. One out here. Thatcher Hurd, the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike two. Fastball at 94 miles per hour. Blows it right past Corona once again. The count now 0-2. Thatcher Hurd reaching pitch number 50 of this game right now. Looking to strike out the entire order. Here he is. Up 0-2 in the count for LSU. The 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball. Oh, it gets cranked. Down the right field line. Looking to stretch it out to a double. The ball rolls into the corner. Corona rounding first on the second. And he's up at second with a stand-up double with one out. This could start something here for Wake Forest. One out with a runner on second in scoring position. First pitch taken for a strike by Bennett Lee. Bennett Lee 1 for 2 today. A 1 pitch. Lee pop fly right side goes foul. Lee up 7th in the order for the catcher. After him, they'll have a pinch hitter, Lucas Costello substituting in for Adam Chachere out in left field in this game. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Lee puts it foul down the right side. Yeah, well, it was pretty cool. I actually designed a different type of thumbnail for today's stream that I have. I had a College World Series field in the background that I got as a thumbnail I did in the background. So hopefully it looks pretty good. Kind of a different type of thumbnail for what I've used in the past. One runner in scoring position on second. Count now 0-2 to Bennett Lee, the batter. 0-2 pitch. Lee takes it outside, just misses on the spot. That was really close, but the umpire will call the ball. So Lee stays alive. 55 pitches thrown now by Thatcher Hurd on the mounds. Hurd with a 1-2 pitch, he delivers. Lee, ground ball, shoots it through the gap between the third baseman and the shortstop. Rounding third on the home, the throw to the plate. Not in time, gets cut off. And Wake Forest takes their first lead today. Thatcher Lee scoring, or Bennett Lee scoring. Danny Corona. Wake Forest, the #1 team in the nation on top. What a game. This team's got 53 wins for a reason. One of the most explosive offenses this season starting to break through right now. 3-2. They won 3-2 in their last game against Stanford on Saturday. First pitch goes foul down the right side. That goes off the bat of Lucas Costello. Costello batting .303 in the season. That's his first time up. 24 RBIs, 4 home runs. Also, there's one base runner on that. Runner's on first now with a single of the last hit. Costello takes the second pitch in the zone for strike 2. Hard with a 0-2, missing up high on a changeup above the letters for ball 1. A couple great pieces of hitting. Able to shoot it through the gaps in the last 2 batters for Wake Forest to take control of this game. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Strikeouts once again by LSU with 2 down here at this bottom of the 8th inning. And Merrick Houston will come on to the plate. 0 for 2 today. Number 9 batter in the order for the shortstop as he lays off the first pitch outside for ball 1. Crazy how fast this game went by today. It was a little bit slow once they had the pitching changes around like the 7th inning or so, but the first 6 innings went by at a really good pace in this matchup. Pitch missing inside, it goes 2-0. Here's the 2-0 pitch. In the zone, taken for strike 1 by Houston, delivered on the mound by Thatcher Hurd. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Fly ball goes foul off the bat of Houston with a count now 2-2. Two-two pitch. Rings him up with a called strike 3 outside edge of the plate in the fastball, 94 miles per hour. 7, 8, 9 batters due up at the top of the 9th inning coming up for LSU to see if they can have any hope to come back in this game and force extras or take the lead and put Wake Forest in the ropes. But right now, Wake Forest took the lead on 2 solid hits at the bottom of the 8th inning, which they led off the inning with a double. Able to get a hit through the gap between shortstop and third for that RBI, and that's how they've been able to take the lead. It's now 3-2 Wake Forest. What a game. Yeah, we actually put some pretty good numbers tonight on this stream, so I'm thinking about coming back tomorrow night, covering the 7 o'clock game tomorrow night as well. So whoever loses this game will take on Tennessee. So I'm hoping to be back tomorrow as well, since we got some pretty good numbers in the stream, so feel free to come back tomorrow. And if we keep on having some pretty good numbers, hopefully I can be back on Wednesday as well. Yeah, it wasn't bad for numbers. This was actually a pretty good stream today. If you guys are enjoying the content, feel free to hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe, ring that notification bell as well. I like it how all these games have been competitive, but also, like, in terms of pace, they've gone by pretty well in terms of pace. Like, this is on pace to be like a 3-hour game unless we go into extra innings. Five hits by both of these teams. It's been a pitcher's gem of a game throughout most of it today. LSU with their 7, 8, and 9 batters due up this inning. Braden Jobert will lead off the inning as he takes the first pitch for ball 1. Jobert 0 for 3 today, batting 7th in the order for the right fielder. Takes pitch number 2. Taken for ball 2. Manaki with a 2-0. Swing and a miss. Goes back to the catcher's mitt. Foul tip for strike 1. Yeah, thanks for joining in, Sister Surrounds. Yeah, hopefully, I plan on being back tomorrow, hopefully, since this stream went pretty well. 2-1 pitch. In there for strike 2. Fastball at 95. Hey, it looks like we got Vaughn back. So whoever loses this game will take on Tennessee tomorrow. And that's strike three. Called strike three in the fastball right at the knees, delivered by Menaki and Wake Forest. 2 outs away from advancing to play in a winner's bracket matchup against the winner tomorrow night's game once again. So we might actually see LSU against Wake Forest once again on Wednesday, depending on if LSU does lose this game. They'll play Tennessee, and if they do get past Tennessee, if LSU does play Tennessee tomorrow, I'm definitely going to dig into the stats of what those two teams have done against each other this season, because both of those teams are conference opponents. That'll be a really good game. I want to see how both of them have fared against each other this season. Fastball hitting at 97 by the pitcher for Wake Forest. First pitch was fouled back. Second one taken just below the knees for ball one. Jordan Thompson, number 8 batter in the order. 1-1 pitch. Fly ball, right side foul off the bat of Thompson. And Wake Forest is gunning where they want to be. Where Wake Forest wants LSU right now, because LSU is at the bottom part of their order. LSU led off the inning with a number 7 batter, 7, 8, and 9 batters. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. Back-to-back strikeouts in the mound for number 14 for Wake Forest. And Wake Forest 1 out away from winning this game, going 2-0 in the bracket so far in the College World Series. Camden Menaki, back-to-back strikeouts in the mound. Looking to strike out the side right now. Here's the number 9 hitter. Josh Pearson, 0 for 3. He is now up. First pitch to Pearson. In the zone, taken for strike one. This Wake Forest pitcher right now, he is absolutely cruising. Dylan Cruz, the leadoff batter, up on deck. Yet to reach base today, 0 for 3. Pitch number 2 of this at bat, down in the dirt for ball one in the breaking ball. Looking to close it out right here. Feel free to join me back in tomorrow. This was a pretty solid stream, so I hope to be back tomorrow covering the game at 7 o'clock. Ground ball up the middle, fielded by Menaki. Underthrows the first, records the outs. Wake Forest trailed throughout most of the game until they tied it up at 2. At the bottom of the 6th inning, they scored one more run at the bottom of the 8th inning, and they end up winning tonight as we go final. Final score, 3-2, Wake Forest wins. And they advance in the College World Series with a 2-0 record now in the College World Series. So Wake Forest will play on Wednesday at 7 p.m. And if tomorrow night's stream, in terms of numbers, goes pretty well, hoping to be back on a Wednesday as well for that game, LSU will drop down to the losers bracket in the single game elimination tomorrow to take on conference opponent Tennessee tomorrow at 7 p.m. So hoping to be back for LSU versus Tennessee. That should be a wild game tomorrow at 7 p.m. with both of those teams. Wow. Well, what a great game between both of these opponents today. And we might see Wake Forest against LSU. If LSU beats Tennessee tomorrow, we will see this matchup once again on Wednesday night, with these two teams playing against each other. And say if Wake Forest loses that game against LSU on Wednesday, we would see them once again on Thursday, which is crazy. So these two teams could play as many as 3 games against each other in the College World Series bracket. And just wild. And then LSU playing Tennessee tomorrow. Plus, I'll have to dig into, I want to dig into the stats and see how many times they played against each other throughout the season and get those records about each other. So what a game here. Wake Forest in a 3-hour game. This game went 3 hours even. Wins over LSU, 3-2 the final score. Number 1 team in the nation. Thanks all for joining and being a part here on the stream tonight. Before I do wrap up, make sure to hit that thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well. And I'm hoping to be back tomorrow covering LSU against Tennessee in that elimination game tomorrow. That should be a great one for another special live stream. As thanks all for joining in tonight, being a part here on the channel, covering a special live stream. Haven't covered baseball in the stream for about a year or so. So good to get back into the groove of covering different sports and being able to expand the depth here what I cover. So thanks all for joining in, and let's see here before I go. What we got. So Nasir Cunningham, class of 24, going to play at SoCal Academy. Looks like. So visited PC too. That's awesome there, man. So yeah, might see a future PC commit in the future, hopefully. So thanks all for joining in, everybody. Going to close out to the channel members before I do wrap up for this one. Alright, so all channel members get a shout out. We got Jason, Rajeep, Russell, Oreo, Pudding, Bradley, Sister Surround, TMC, Braden, Mario, Bino, Mark, John, Kenneth, Tristan, Jess, Ahino, Joseph, Vegas, SG Sports Talk, Derek, Ice Ice Baby, Michael Ward, I Am Ghost, Kelly, Asia, Laszlo, Joe, Roderick, Reynaldo, Didi, Katie, Barco, Chuck, Siegel, Woo Pig, Ian, Oink Oink, Emmanuel, Robin, and Dave. Thanks all for joining in. Be the part of the stream. Hopefully going to be back tomorrow covering the next game for you guys, Tennessee and LSU, the nighttime one for tomorrow. Wow, what a game here. Wake Forest wins 3-2 over LSU. They came from behind and won this game after trailing 2-0. Thanks all for joining in, and enjoy the rest of your Monday night, everybody.